Support for the Landcast is provided by WindingWay Books and Pennsylvania College of Art and Design.
Welcome to the Landcast. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Keith Slesser. This episode, we spoke with local artist Justin Jones.
Justin's dabbled in illustrations, pet portraits, and he has this great new idea for paper doll bears.
Enjoy the conversation.
Well, Justin, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
Tell us a little bit how you got into drawing.
Just as a kid, I always did it. Just coloring and drawing, and just kept drawing. Just like doing it, you know.
Were you always good at it, or did that like build over a long period of time?
It was all right, I guess. I kept doing it in high school and middle school. They would always take the paper away from me, like stop drawing in class, and then I'd get in trouble. Almost didn't graduate school because of that, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's a funny chapter in my life.
In high school, did you take any type of art classes or any drawing classes in high school? Or
Yeah, I took most of the art classes. I did just art, basic art, ceramics, stuff like that. Comic book art. There was a couple classes for that.
Comic book classes?
Right? Yeah, that sounds cool.
High school, yeah.
Is that what really inspired you at that age?
Just cartoons mostly. Just cartoons and TV shows and stuff, and just imagination, just messing around. I was very bored. You gotta be bored. You gotta be really bored, I guess, to just like, maybe not really bored. I needed to make something. I feel like I needed to make like something like cool and draw it, put it on paper, and I think that's what I did.
Yeah,
back then.
So you prefer to draw from your head, make stuff up from your head rather than looking at a subject?
Back then I did a lot of that, but now I use reference for everything. Like making stuff out of my head is a little bit harder now, but I'll do some reference stuff. Like I'll draw what I want something to look like. You know, I'll get my own reference, from models or resources and stuff and make a picture like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you went to Pennsylvania College of Art and Design after high school, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I went to Montco. I just had to took a couple accredited courses just to see how I'd like college and stuff. And then just went for, I guess I went to sculpture and illustration, a couple liberal arts classes, and after that I just went to PCA.
Now, did you find having all this knowledge about drawing and art and stuff, did that change your perspective and the way that you draw? Like you said that now you have it's more difficult for you to just come up with stuff outside of your head. Does all this technique and stuff because for me, that would hold me back because I constantly want to be perfectionist about it.
Oh yeah. Like I do like that I went to school. Like I do like that they taught me techniques and stuff, but I do miss like just messing around, drawing and stuff and just like, hey, let's put this on paper and stuff like that. Like I could still do that, but I don't have the time to just dedicate and just do something weird and out there right now. Like I'm doing mostly portrait stuff and mostly stuff I look at and stuff like that. Yeah. Pet portraits mostly.
Just like commission work, pet portraits, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the commission thing, to get that going. It's very, it's kind of tough. It's tough right there.
Yeah. For you, is you have difficulty drawing something that someone wants you to draw, and then instead of just drawing what you want to draw. Because I know some people, like for instance, some photographers don't like to take pictures of people because they don't like to do pictures for other people.
Yeah.
They just like to freestyle whatever they're taking pictures of. Do you find that,
like freestyle?
Yeah. Do you prefer one or the other, or is it difficult for you was it difficult to make that switch?
No, it wasn't at all. I do like freestyle drawing. Like if I have the time to do it, like just like make something like, I guess make something up. I feel like I might be contradicting myself here by saying that, but, yeah, it's
it's all right.
It's not something I think about often. So like, I guess I do like working from reference. I do like working from something I look at. I mean, some people give me ideas like, hey, if you make this, it's like, oh, okay. Well, you know, it's another, I do like the challenge that presents actually, that like of making something new and something something unique, something that stands out. I do like that, like coming up with something that no one else is like, oh man, how'd you make that? Like, I don't know, just messing around,
Some of your more abstract illustrations, for instance, I know you have one that has like an iPod and then kind of like iPod people, or so it seems. It seems to like you've got kind of some messages with these things. What kind of messages are you trying to convey with your art?
With the iPod thing, that's about like everybody has iPods now. Everybody's walking around. Like I'm trying to like walk behind someone. They got their headphones in, and like it's like everybody's walking around with headphones, listening to music. Like nobody's really listening to what's actually going on around the world around them. Like it's kind of weird. It's like they're blasting these headphones, and I'm trying to walk behind you and get around. Hey, excuse me, and they're just walking. They don't hear a word. I was like, man, like you can get taken advantage of right now and not know, like, because you have the iPod on your head. Like, come on, man, like wake up. There's stuff going on around you that's awesome, and you have to listen to Evanescence on high for some reason.
Well, see, I've seen a lot of guys walking around now with using the I guess the touch are the ones that have the speakers on. It's like the new boombox.
What, really?
Yeah,
It's worse.
It's terrible because it sounds horrible. But they're walking around. I'm like, this is like it's like the '80s repeating, but like with technology. Because instead of the big like boombox with the tape they're walking around with their like phone or their iPod, blaring music out and like walking down the street.
and the quality's terrible.
Yeah.
It's worse now. Like it got smaller. But it's in the palm of my hand, but it's worse. It's much worse. There was a TED talk about that, like how like they compress, like if you have music compressed like a lot, like it's worse,
right,
like for you, like because you're struggling to hear more
different parts. Yeah.
But if you get it like I guess on vinyl's the best quality. So they say.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. If you get it on vinyl, like that's the best quality you can get, and it sounds like perfect. Like it's supposed to be like pitch perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do have to say that music that I've heard on vinyl, like, you can hear the parts better. You still hear the
Crackle,
the crackle and stuff, but you hear the individual parts of the music better. But anyway, I digress.
What's the medium you make your art with? Is it all digital, or do you use ink or paint?
Digital, paint. I haven't used ink in a while. Watercolor, color pencil, pastel. I've been doing pastel a lot lately. That's my new big. That's the new thing I'm down with right now. Digital was I don't know. My computer's not working right now, so I can't do any new digital. But I'm fine with that. Paper dolls.
Right.
Folding paper dolls. I just did something with the Victory, their promotional thing for their Atomic Robo Kickstarter campaign.
I think what Dave's trying to ask is, have you ever used blood?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nailed it.
As in not yet.
As in
You're almost there. It's
almost
after pastels,
Yeah, pastels. Then eventually we'll get into blood.
I'll start donating and getting it in jars and then just start.
Get one of those little feather quills.
Get a self-portrait of yourself made out of your own blood.
Oh, hey, that's a good markening. Hey, there you go.
That could work.
Donate a pint of blood and get a self-portrait out
I
of
wish
that
people
blood.
could see the face you just gave us. Like, what are you guys talking
you guys
about?
are sick. Yeah, we did lock that door behind you, so we'll try to get out of here.
Cool, thanks. I'm trapped in the WindingWay books. If you're looking for me,
My body will be under the steps.
didn't Poe write something about that?
So what else is there for you to move into as far as your art?
I guess sculpture again. Maybe like larger sculpture. I've been working like mostly small sculpture with clay or stuff like that. Maybe like evolution. Like what do you mean?
Do you have any ideas of growing anything bigger? Doing well, actually, I had a thought when I saw the illustration of the iPods.
Uh-huh.
I thought that would be a really cool installation project, like to actually just set up iPods everywhere.
That's a good idea.
It'd be an expensive one, I guess. Well, I guess if you used fake iPods to make them look,
little people.
Yeah, little fake
people.
iPod people. The first thing I thought it because I was looking at it on my iPod on my That's ironic. I know. It's busted. Okay. I was looking at it on my iPod, so it was really tiny, so where it said illustrations, I thought it said installations. So I thought it was a picture of an installation.
And then that and tore a rift in the space-time continuum.
Start sucking you into the phone.
Yeah, it started.
It's like Tron.
But yeah, no. Have you ever thought about doing like installations of any of your stuff? I mean, that might be something cool. I don't know.
Oh yeah, take the digital and make it literal, make it like real world. I wouldn't mind doing stuff like that. Yeah. I'd need a little more time and energy to.
Yeah.
Have you ever been down to the pottery place on Prince Street?
Pottery.
It's like way down on Prince Street, on the other side of town. No, I forget. It's where they have the glass blowers are there too.
No way.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a nice pottery place down there.
Yeah, South Prince Street, isn't it?
Yeah, and they have like a room with a bunch of wheels where you can throw and stuff. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool.
Is it like a school or is it just a store? Or
it's more like you can come in and rent the time and materials and stuff. And
I think they do classes on glass blowing.
Yeah,
like
they might. I think they do classes on pottery too. But like there's a bunch of artists who have like workshops there, and like they'll blow stuff for you and all that stuff. So you can come do your art. They'll throw it in the kiln or whatever, and then you come back and glaze and stuff.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
Give me the like address after the show. I would like to look into that.
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah.
So, well, it's just about time to go to break, so we're going to do that. When we come back, we'll have more with Justin Jones. WindingWay Books has been a major supporter of us here at the Lightcast, and Melody has a great deal that we'd like to share with you.
Right now, with any purchase of $25 or more, you can get a $5 gift card from a number of different Lancaster businesses.
So make sure you take advantage of this great deal and come on down to WindingWay Books, located at 106 West Chestnut Street in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
And we're back with Justin Jones. So, Justin, paper dolls. Tell me, what was the inspiration, or how did you come up with these little paper dolls that you started making?
Back in high school, I was trying to make a diorama, and I needed like a car in it. And so I got some graph paper. I drew out like a box shape, like using the principles of a cube to make a car. And over time, I was making different types of cars, trucks, and stuff like that. And eventually, I wound up making figured out how to make a bear, how to make like a center for a body. Like I was trying to make a people person. People person.
I know, people persons, they're so hard to make.
Yes.
You either got it or you don't.
But yeah. Paper, I was trying to make paper people, and it wound up, it was like too round, I guess, and I just decided to just go ahead and make put ears on them and make like a little paper bear, which is how it started. It was paper bears. And then I didn't mess with it after high school. I kind of just let go of it. And then after college, I had a computer using Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. I could just make them easier. I was like, hey, I can make paper dolls through this and make them in color and print them on different types of paper and stuff, and then cut them out and sell them.
Wow. What about you've got a whole line of these different crazy styles. Like, that's pretty. How do you come up with the ideas of what's the next bear to make?
Depends on whose birthday it is.
When's the Lightcast bear coming out with a little Lightcast logo on it?
Soon. It's a work in progress. if no one knows, I'd put my finger to my mouth. Like, shh. I was gonna surprise.
Don't tell the public; it'll be too popular. It'll run out.
You won't be able to keep that on stuff. You may as well just make 1,000 of them, because they're just going to fly off the shelf.
All he has to do is go to a photocopy machine.
In fact, you won't even be able to assemble them. You'll have to let the people assemble them. You can actually you could do a whole IKEA thing. IKEA paper bears.
Well, that's one thing I have to say about looking at them is they look really complex. I'm surprised that, I think it's really cool that you came out with that idea yourself, one, and then two, that it's so incredibly functional. That's just, I don't know, it blows my mind to know how to cut the paper to make it, when you fold it, that it fits together in this 3-dimensional object that's not a cube and is not a crumbled up Sphere. It's like, done.
Here,
Oh, it's
okay.
abstract.
Here's David working on his paper bear. Here we go.
Oh, it looks like a crumpled up piece of paper, David.
Damn bear.
I'm gonna give an instructional video for some of them one day. I'm working with, like I said earlier, the Victory. I was working with them on atomic Robo paper dolls. I just did five different people for them. So I'm gonna release an instructional video on how to assemble them later.
Oh, nice. How much do you normally charge for these paper dolls?
Assembled, 30.
Wow.
Yeah, they take time out of my day, like
Yeah.
big time, like designing them, cutting them out, and folding them, and then gluing them. Yeah,
They look good. I am impressed. Like, you look at it and you think, oh, he just folded that out of paper. But then when you really look at it, you're like, well, this is much more complex than it looks like. It's much sturdier than it appears. And
oh yeah,
yeah.
That's
So you do it all on on the computer, or you design them all on the computer and then
use Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator.
Yeah. We've stolen his plans. We're going to be releasing them on BitTorrent later.
yeah.
You can download.
Yeah,
them.
you know,
He's crying right now.
you can get your own plan for a simple donation of $30 to the link.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I'm definitely impressed.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, they're very cool.
Yeah, it all fits on one piece of Xerox paper, like one doll, one regular doll.
Both sides, like all dimensions.
All dimensions fits on one piece of Xerox paper.
Wow.
So, do you ever try to market them to like businesses and stuff for like promo stuff for all their?
I attempted something with Fulton Bank. I tried. I haven't gone any further with it. I just showed it off, like what I could make. I haven't really gone any further. I've made friends, like paper dolls with friends, and like there's some. If you go to the dispensing company, you'll see like there's one of each worker that works there. Lancaster Dispensing Company, bar, restaurant. Mm-hmm. You'll see paper dolls all along the trim of the wood wall and stuff. You'll see paper dolls on your way to the bathroom. It's pretty cool. And there's other people I made RoboCop.
Wow, that's awesome.
If you check the website, it's RoboCop. He has a little folded gun, which was really hard to make, but it's a 3D gun. And he's standing next to two of my friends who got married recently. The husband and wife. She has a wedding dress and he has a suit on.
Sweet. So you did cars and you did bears.
Did people?
What is the next thing for paper 3-dimensional objects? I feel like we're talking about a Pixar storyline. You did cars, you did bears, the unfinished Pixar story.
Actually, as you mentioned, the next thing, and you mentioned Pixar, animation.
Yeah.
Animated paper dolls. I made do something with her walking around and stuff. I have a video on the site too of my original screen tests for a guy walking around. It's a paper doll of myself walking and then jumping up and flying.
Whoa.
Huh. I tried to watch that on
Can you fly?
Can you fly? Yeah.
Don't.
Your doll can.
I'm working on it. I'm working on trying.
Are the dolls an improvement of the person, or is it?
Is it some sort of weird voodoo thing where if the doll has an ability, the person gains it? I don't know.
If you make a doll of him, if I stick pins in it, will it hurt him?
I hope not.
No.
I
was kind of hoping it would.
I don't want it.
What's your favorite one?
Favorite paper doll?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I made some new ones that are actually I'm really impressed with. But
you can't say yet.
Yeah, I can't say yet because of the promotion yet. With the Victory.
Okay, your second favorite ones.
Second favorite. Well, I had to say the whole collection of Street Fighter characters.
Oh, you did the Street Fighter character.
That's so awesome.
I did every Street Fighter character. If you check on the site, you'll see a picture of all of them standing in front of a Guile stage. He has that big jet in the background. There's a picture of like every one of them.
Like the original, or okay, I didn't know if you like still added on all the crazy new characters. Or...
Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 Hyper Edition fighting with Akuma.
Man, that's awesome. Now, do you have different different sizes for like smaller or larger guys?
I can shrink them and grow them. The smallest one I made is at Mean Cup right now. I think she has the smallest doll as far as people go. But I'm working on trying to make them smaller so I can make little kids and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get like a whole little town, and houses, and
I feel like you have
the city of Lancaster in paper.
You weren't the first person to suggest that. And I half thought about it, but there's no.
You can give me the credit though if you do it though. You can.
I feel like he's some sort of supervillain making dolls of people. It reminds me of there's a Fantastic Four supervillain that does that.
Dolls.
Clay dolls, and then he can control people with them.
Oh.
I forget what his name is.
Yeah,
Puppet Master or something.
Probably. I think that was a movie though.
Don't judge me.
I judge you all the time.
My nerdy references.
It's allowed. Nerding's allowed.
I got Justin's approval. I don't need yours, Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But stuff like that, like projects like that, like making a whole city of Lancaster, like it just comes down to like time and energy. Like, I mean, I'm trying to pay bills and stuff and do it. Like, it'd be nice to, if I had a commission to do it, hey, let's make the whole town, let's get all the stuff cut up, and I'd consider it. I probably wouldn't do it right away.
Wow.
I would need a little more time and just to think it through. Like, where would I start? You know, where do I begin with making paper dolls? Do I start with the individual, or do I start with the home? Do I make a city? Do I make people themselves? What do I do? You know,
make the city of Lancaster and then make a paper iPod to go on top of every single building.
You're just stuck on this iPod thing?
Yeah.
He just will not let it go.
Let it go, man.
If I had the money, I'd commission it, okay?
Settle for your self-portrait done out of your own blood. We know that's his next thing.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if I would use someone else's blood though. That'd be kind of weird. Like, it's kind of unless they were willing. If you're willing to give me like your blood as a
Probably should have them tested for diseases too.
First of all, yeah. Like, I watch enough.
Wear like a rubber suit or something while you're doing it. Oh, God.
He's in a full hazmat suit.
Yeah. I actually saw something where a guy did portraits. He did like drawings and he used his own blood in every drawing.
That is gross.
Yeah.
Keith.
Hey,
why would you even bring that up?
Because we were talking about blood in
on
portraits.
A quality program like this.
Look, you know, parents, for the next 5 minutes, I'm about to go off on David, so take your kids away from the radio.
Why did you... Intermission.
Technical difficulties. Wow.
Is there any other topics you want to talk about?
Questions?
Well, the geopolitical climate in Afghanistan is very tumultuous, and I would like to point out that we could deal with it better if we all came together and
Keith would stop being stupid.
Yeah, if we could all disagree on that. We
What, that I'm stupid or that? I'll agree on that.
He's shaking his head yes. He's like, yes. We can all disagree on that.
I know I'm stupid, but I'm sexy.
I'm joking, of course, folks. I just I don't know. Check out my work at www.jjonesillustration.com. I'd like to give a shout out to the Exploder, the Lancaster Dispensing Company, and Mom and Dad, and Layla the Pitbull.
Nice. That's the one you draw on your website, right?
Mm-hmm.
How? Let's talk about your parents before we go. How have they helped encourage you with this this great gift that you've got?
Two ends of the creative spectrum, I think. My dad's resourceful in a way. Like he saves a lot of stuff. Like he lives kind of out in the woods, so he finds like animal skulls and turtle shells and stuff. And he's always like, just, hey, I got something, son. Hey, you know, he shows it to me. It's like, oh man. And sometimes I want to like draw it or look at it and stuff. And I'll have to go out there and bring some stuff back from his house. He keeps stuff there though. My mom, she's I guess the other side of that. Like she's very clever. She has clever ideas. Like she has very, like, hey, you know, you could come up with this or that and stuff. And like I think that's part of where I got the paper bears from. She might have like encouraged that. Like, why don't you make little people or something? And I guess I must have snowballed into something larger.
steamrolled over the people persons.
And into paper ones.
People persons aren't really persons. People persons are people too. Sorry. I just kicked Dave.
It's okay.
Yeah, kick Dave all the
I
time.
forgive him this time.
Well, Justin, thanks for being on the show. We really appreciate talking with you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
We hope you've been enjoying the Landcast.
This episode was produced by myself, David Moulton, with show notes by Keith and Lauren Slesser.
All pertinent links to this episode can be found in the show notes at thelandcast.com.
If you specifically liked this episode, we ask that you consider making a donation.
Every little bit helps. Even $1 a show can keep us going.
If you'd like to help support us, you can do so by going to thelandcast.com/donate.
And don't forget to subscribe in iTunes and tell a friend about the show.
So, for the Landcast, I'm David Moulton,
And I'm Keith Slesser.
asking, are you in the cast?
You guys on Facebook?
Yeah, totally, man.
All right.
Totally.
I'm not going to look for y'all. I just want to know.
Good.
We don't want you to be our friend. It saves us the awkward moment of like ignoring your friend request.
That was easy.